Hey guys, Freedom for Kaz here. How you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I know I'm doing pretty good. Today's video is a video response of sorts to an ongoing conversation that FirestormMovement and several of us other YouTubers have been having a discussion on one of their videos, and basically what the gist is that what type of movement should we have to manipulate, I don't even know if manipulate is the right word, to get the government to respect us citizens again, in the sense of getting our rights back, of restoring our liberties and our freedoms, restoring everything that has been taken from us as a people. And how do we go about restoring that? Okay, in FirestormMovement, I'll refer to them as FM from now on for the rest of the video. FM's main conversation piece is that they want to do it in a non-violent way. Okay, and they want to build unity. They want to build a larger unity, a larger community amongst the truthers, preppers, survivalists, constitutionalists, possibly oath keepers. And I'm not singling out the oath keepers. I'm saying possibly as a whole. If we can all come together as a greater community, meaning in numbers, not that some of those communities aren't great now, but as a greater community in numbers. And this the purpose of this video is to bring up some of the challenges and the awarenesses that we already have moving forward. Okay, I really want to encourage you, if you've already watched this far, to watch to the end and then join the conversation of the video that we have our conversation started on. That link will be underneath, so click on that and continue the conversation, as well as leaving comments on this video, which I'm sure FM will eventually get to see anyway, because I'm going to link this video to their video and their Google Plus page and all the other stuff, so we can all get together and have a larger conversation. But that's the key, is to have a larger conversation on the subject matter. But this video is about some points that I want to make. It's easier to say than it is to type out and text out and do that, because texting can be so one-dimensional sometimes. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go to some of the comments that have already been written, and they've already said that they want to have a non-violent solution to the problems that are currently here. And this was my response. I'm going to read you my text response. My response was, I'm not looking for violence to be the answer either, but what choice do we have? What choice do we have? True Americans are being attacked on multiple sides all at once. Writing your congressperson doesn't do anything. They don't listen anywhere anyway. Words only go so far. Even our forefathers knew that. If talking actually worked, we wouldn't be in this situation. Okay? That's a true statement. They came back with, we all believe that violence is not the answer, and I know from extensive experience that writing Congress is not helping either. Organizing mass protests is the next stage, and these protests need to be in state capitals. We gain nothing from going to D.C. as witnessed in the OAS. Change can only occur at the state level. Okay? Then there were some other conversations that were going on, and this is basically what I want to say. Okay? The bottom line is that all patriots are being attacked right now. all patriots, regardless of what group you consider yourself in, okay? I first and foremost consider myself a constitutionalist, a survivalist next, and a prepper last, okay? The reason being is because without life and liberty and the pursuit of freedom and happiness, you have nothing. The only thing that's above that would be God, okay? It's God, freedom, then you and your family, and then everything else underneath, all right? When our forefathers made that list, government was way down on the list because government was supposed to listen to us as we the people. The problem is that most people became complacent while the government did secret and sneaky things to change the Constitution or do unconstitutional things to where people in my generation, people in my parents' generation didn't really pay attention to what was going on, and therefore there wasn't a whole lot done about it. So now we are in the situation that we're in because of several reasons. Number one, laziness. Number two, not paying attention. Number three, not really caring about what's going on, just assuming that the government was doing good things. And number four, just being distracted and just worrying about other things and not really caring about what was going on with your government and or your freedom and liberties, okay? So that has gotten us to where we are today, all right? 9/11 was a huge factor in this. 9/11 is the cornerstone of us losing our freedom and our liberties, okay? Since then, we've had the NDAA, we've had the huge police state where it seems as though police are killing innocent people just daily. And there's so much of it going on, we just become so used to it that not much is recorded on the TV anymore unless it's a racial biased, tenuous situation, okay? And you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So how do we fix this? How do we fix it in a non-violent way? I don't know. We've tried everything in a non-violent way. We've tried protests. We've tried voting. We've tried picketing. You know, we've made videos. We've written our Congress people. We've done everything that we possibly can do, with the exception of coming together as a whole. Now, the problem with that is trust. There's not a lot of trust in any of the communities that I listed. There's not much trust. The other part is that there's not much participation from the people who are in these movements. People think that because they make videos or because they send emails or because they're doing community work online, they actually think that that is making a difference. And I can tell you that it's not. You making a video, you sending an email, you doing simple stuff like that, all that stuff is ignored. They ignore that. The government ignores that. And we know that's true because of why? Because of the unconstitutional laws that have been made, like for instance, at the airport where you got to go through body scanners. You are presumed guilty until you go through that body scanner and prove your innocence. Obamacare is completely unconstitutional on many fronts. So why do we still have these things? Because nobody wants to do anything about it. And that's the whole problem. Some people do things like make videos, write letters, say we can vote the bad guys out and vote the good guys in. I'm telling you, that's a fraud. Voting is a fraud. No one is voted in this country. No one. Everyone is selected. The biggest problem we face is we actually face, as a group, as the groups that I mentioned, okay, we face internal challenges, not to mention external challenges. And at this point in time, none of those challenges are being looked at. None of those challenges are being attended to. And here's why. Trust. There's no trust. We don't have trust in each other. And I can prove that point. A lot of people make videos on YouTube. I make videos on YouTube. But I myself, if you go to my Freedom for Cash channel, you will see that I have traveled everywhere in the state. Okay? The only place I haven't gone is the Upper Peninsula. But I have taken my time and driven to Baker's Green Acres on several occasions. I have taken my time to go meet John Bowling Ball and cover the oil spill that is still here in Michigan. I've taken the time to show you that I get out and I practice survival, and I invite everybody to come. Yet, less than 1% of all my friends, subscribers, people who have subscribed to me, my Google Plus friends, whatever. But here's the kicker. No one, not one single family member has ever come to one of my survival camps. And now we're going to talk about the problems that we face. Because what I'm talking about now goes hand in hand with the problems that we face. Okay? If we can't even get our families to understand, our brothers, our own brothers and sisters, our parents, our cousins, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, whatever. I've talked to my family till I'm blue in the face. And they just don't get it. So not only are the sheeple our enemy, but we also face the government and the tyranny from the government, which is also our enemy. Because when it comes time to actually doing something about it, some of you on FM's post here are concerned about, all right, if it did get violent, who would fire the first shot? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who fires the first shot. And here's why. The media is going to portray that we fired the first shot anyway. Why? So it can be all over the mass media by saying, oh, the preppers, truthers, constitutionalists, oath keepers, and this, that. Look at all these crazy people. They started the second Revolutionary War. Look how crazy they are. It doesn't matter who fires the first shot. They're going to blame us anyway. Look at all the false flags that are going on nowadays. Look at everything that's going on nowadays. There's like a false flag one a month now. And what kills me is that these people, they eat it up. And they don't listen. I show people the videos. I show people the truth. I show people clear-cut evidence of what is happening in that particular false flag, and they don't believe it. The reason why they don't believe it is the propaganda on the nightly news. That's why. So getting back to tying all this together, is it possible to have a peaceful resolution to that? And the answer to that is no. Why is that answer no? Because we have two enemies. Two. We have the New World Order to contend with, which is everything. You know, the Illuminati, New World Order, the controlled media, the overpower grasping governments around the world, the United Nations, okay, NATO, okay, all of these groups that are pulling for global domination. And the other enemy we have are essentially our brothers and sisters. The sheeple. The sheeple who only believe what they see on the propaganda TV. Those are both of our enemies. What is the solution? The solution is this. We must become unified. We must. I've said this before. I say it again. I've said it in earlier videos. If we as a movement do not unify, what we're doing means nothing. And I can guarantee you that we're not going to unify. And how is that? Because I have over 5 years worth of putting group organizations together. And less than 1% of the people I know actually show up. So until that 1% changes, not just with me, I already said, I've traveled the state. I've taken upon myself to educate myself, to understand what's going on, to know the needs, to see what's going on in different parts of my state and understand the challenges that the people are facing. But what's amazing is that it's all got a common denominator. The answer to everything is we need to come together. We need to come together as a community. We need to build trust. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We need to get off of the internet and we need to meet in person.